Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of this replay between Dimaga and oGs here on Lost Temple. Mutalisk trying to chase down another group of Mutalisks. We'll see how this is really going to work. Taking a look at the chain damage on those Mutalisks, the Mutalisk chain damage is now much higher than the original StarCraft. The original StarCraft chain damage, I believe it was just the initial damage and then everything else took one additional damage. But this does not seem to be the case with the new Mutalisk. I'll have to do some experimenting to get the exact number for you guys. And now Dimaga laying down a hatchery, capturing his gold mineral location in order to get a stronger economy. The main bases should be mining out in just a little bit, already down to 8 mineral patches, but those mineral patches will be depleting fairly quickly. And now we have oGs getting the level 1 weapons upgrade. Really like to see the weapons upgrade on these Mutalisks and those corruptors as well. I do not see an infestation pit yet, so no infestation pit means no broodlords. Those broodlords would be a fairly interesting sight to see. And now, what Zergling getting taken down so easily? Oh wow, those corruptors now moving in. Dimaga gonna lose a lot of these overlords fairly early, and banelings are. Well, oGs was able to kind of continue to sacrifice. Perhaps we'll be able to take down this hatchery over here. He knows that there's a hatchery there. I don't know why he's not trying to engage it just quite yet. Mutalisk now moving out. Roaches moving out as well to perhaps protect this particular expansion, this gold mineral expansion over here. Zergling's now moving in. Zergling's trying to take down this one hatchery. Mutalisk and corruptors coming in to do a little bit of engagement here. Should probably try to use that time, and then a spore crawler getting caught off the field and now quickly getting taken down. So corruptors now perhaps will be able to move in and we're going to have a little bit of an engagement here. Corruptors should be able to start corrupting those additional units and having them take additional damage. And now Mutalisk trying to splash in some damage as well. Those Mutalisk trying to pulling away one corruptor, getting taken down fairly easily, and then forcing those Mutalisks flying faster than those corruptors. So those Mutalisks get ahead of those corruptors, and those corruptors are really dealing the damage in this air-to-air battle. And now in come the attacks even further. More corruptors coming. The corruptors were moved and attacked in a different direction, so they were attacked in the wrong direction. And now these Mutalisks may be able to come on in and perhaps take down some of these units here. And still, Dimaga does not know about this particular blue expansion over here with this one hatchery. And this should be a fairly interesting fight to see how this really all works out. Unit-wise, an army combination, oGs sitting on 3650, while Dimaga sitting on 2900. Zergling's coming out, almost catching a Zergling in midfield, and that queen in midfield, but now being forced to pull away once again. Roaches now scampering across the middle of the field, and we have more corruptors coming in. So it's going to be a corruptor-ling army with roaches. So and now in comes a little bit of an engagement, and now roaches coming in. Roaches are on the ground to try to deal with these queens and dealing with those queens fairly well. Should be able to focus down that queen. And are they going to try to focus down the queen, or just going to leave it to die? No, that queen is going to get taken down fairly easily. There it goes. Mutalisk and now dealing with those roaches. Roaches now getting taken down as well. So roaches moving very slowly. Dimaga now moving with those corruptors back. Dimaga has invested a large army into corruptors. So we'll see how that's really going to all be worked out. oGs also investing a lot into corruptors. So 17 corruptors versus 13. And that's a lot considering that corruptors cannot attack ground units. The spine crawler now moving on out. One Mutalisk moving out a little bit too far. And now in comes a corruptor versus corruptor fight. More corruptors moving on in. Zerglings and those roaches perhaps going to try to run into that gold mineral field, and now Queen's coming in to do some transfusion, and Dimaga being forced to pull away. Wow, Dimaga has level 2 weapons upgrades on his units, while oGs only has level 1. So very interesting to see, and the level 2 weapons upgrades on a Zerg air unit. So the Glaive Orbs also dealing 11 damage, and those corruptors dealing 16 damage per attack. A fairly high damage towards these units. Anyways, back over here we now have oGs now trying to finally saturate his gold mineral line over here. Should probably be transferring some of these drones over, as well as these mineral patches should be mined out momentarily. Back over here, oGs though is mining out of this starting location at the 8 o'clock position, and mining out a lot, sitting on 72 harvesters, both having an income of about 1,600 minerals, compared to Dimaga's 1,500. So both players macroing up a very large army, and oGs may be able to come in with just a stronger army, and here it comes. Those corruptors just taking down one of those units so easily. And now another Corruptor, now going after those Overlords and Corruptors even further. Zerglings just in the middle of not really doing anything, as those Corruptors now engaging back and forth. And how is this all going to be used? Mass Corruptors against Mass Corruptors. Level 1 weapon upgrade still, not quite level 2 yet, and no Hydralisk to be found. This is just really interesting to see no Hydralisk in such a strong air-to-air army in Corruptors. So yeah, unit-wise, we are now sitting on 19 Corruptors versus 10, a couple Mutalisks and Zerglings and drones. oGs really sitting on the economic advantage, and now going to continue to push, and it looks as oGs may be able to win this game and take this game, as he was just able to macro up a much larger army. Hatchery now surrounded by Zerglings, so this one Hatchery will in fact go down, and as there's now one Spore Crawler trying to engage even further. Dimaga is starting to lose a lot of his Overlords, will need to start losing his larva production for Overlords as well. Queen's now coming in, Queen's trying to transfuse, but really unable to transfuse fast enough, as these Spore Crawlers are now coming in, doing a little bit of an engagement as well. And wow, just oGs doing a great job, and I think this is just oGs's game to lose. Yeah, and Dimaga leaves the game. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I really hope you guys enjoyed this mirror match here on Lost Temple. Really, oGs's gamble and gambit of trying to set up a hatchery over here, and he was able to mine with a lot of drones here, sitting on what, 17 drones. -6, so 11 drones here, able to mine in peace for quite some time, and giving him a stronger gas and a mineral economy. So you see the discrepancy, the discrepancy in terms of minerals not that high, but the discrepancy almost 200 or over 200 gas is really what made the difference, and it's really what allowed oGs to really produce these Corruptors so quickly. Anyways, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this replay here between oGs and Dimaga on Lost Temple.